5 things, y'all. 5 things is what I feel I need to have for my prepper pantry, for my home. Y'all let me know in the comments, what are your top 5 things that you want to make sure you have in case of emergency or in case of civil unrest due to the upcoming elections. So I'm going to get into my 5, and I want to see what your 5 looks like also. We don't know what the next day may bring. That is so true. Only God knows that. And number 1 on my list is prayer. We're going to have to pray our way through all of this stuff. So technically, I have 6 things because prayer is number 1. Number 2 is I want to have ample amounts of water. I'll get into that later in the video, why I want to have that water. Also, number 3 is shelf-stable food. I want to make sure I have things that I can just eat readily and not have to prepare, or if I have to prepare, it's very minimal to what I have to do in order to feed my family. Number 3 is medication. Again, I'll get into why I want to make sure I have all of that medication on hand just in case I can't get out of the house. And then we have backup power. Backup power is number 5. Making sure you have a way to still be in touch with people. You keep your food safe and healthy for your family is having backup power, whether it is solar or gas powered. Make sure you have that as well. And then lastly, I want to make sure I have protection. I want to make sure I'm able to secure my preps, but more importantly, secure my family from those who might want to get into my home and get what I've got because they did not decide to prep for their families in the event of emergency or in the event of this upcoming election if something tragic was to happen. So let's get into it. Again, put your top 5 in the comments below. I look forward to reading it.
It's hard to find truth when the liars are great. I'm trying my best to stay out of your way. Oh well, oh well. You talk a big talk, but got nothing to say.
I really don't think I have to tell you that it is an election season. Election year, rather. The question we need to be asking ourselves, do we want to be out and about the closer it gets to voting? Early voting has started in many states right now. Y'all know I don't do the political stuff over here, but I do the preparedness stuff over here. And this is what this video is about. We cannot ignore the fact that this is an election year and that the tensions are really high and violence has already started. So do you want to be out shopping or just casually being out when IT hits the fan, possibly civil unrest because either one party didn't win or the other party won? Whatever the case may be, we need to think ahead, and plus we also have winter coming as well. So I found an article that is saying studies are showing that the chance of civil unrest is kind of high, y'all. So making sure you have what you need in your house is very, very important. And there are certain things you don't want to forget to have, and also stock up on to have enough of. So we're going to get into that. So as early as October 21st, and today is, I think, the 23rd or 4th. So just a few days ago, this happened. So we need to be mindful and keep our head on a swivel. This happened in Pennsylvania. A man accosted a group of people rallying for Vice President Kamala Harris' White House campaign, punching a 74-year-old man. They don't care about your age. Punching a 74-year-old man in the head and calling another man the N supporter as he ran away. In northern Michigan, an assailant by his hatred of Donald Trump used an all-terrain vehicle to run over and injure an 81-year-old man who was putting up a sign in his yard, okay, for a former president re-election bid. Everyone has a right to vote for who they want to vote for. It should not offend you to the point where you want to harm anyone, especially an elderly person. But this is what it has come to. So it is more important now to get your home prepared for the possibility of tensions getting even higher. And I'm not putting this out as fear mongering. I'm putting this out as this is what's happening. You can either take it and run with it and prepare your home, or you can ignore it and hopefully you'll be okay. So go ahead and go through your house, see what it is that you need, see what it is that you use the most of, and definitely prep that. Always prep what you eat and eat what you prep, making sure to add stocking up on medications over the counter or even your prescription medication if it is possible to do so. So the recent attacks were among at least 300 cases of political violence identified by Reuters since Trump's supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6, including at least 51 incidents this year. With just 2 weeks to go before November 5th, now mind you, early voting has already started in certain areas. So November 5th presidential election, the cases are part of the biggest and most sustained increase in U.S. political violence since the 70s. Some of the violence has been reported widely, most notably 2 assassination attempts on Trump, a Republican. Other high-profile incidents include 3 shootings in recent weeks at a Democratic campaign office for Harris in Arizona. So y'all, this thing is going to get scary. Please be prepared. Please go out and make sure that you have enough water for every individual in your home. One person needs 1 gallon of water a day, and that is just for drinking. You need to have enough water where you can wash clothes, where you can feed your animals if you have animals, where you can do cleaning, anything of that nature. Yes, that's a lot of water, especially if you have a lot of people in your house. So what you can do is get you some filtration tablets, the water filtration tablets, the purification rather, and then the filtration straws. Those things will help you in not having to have so much water stored up. And when you are storing your water up, do not place them directly on anything cement, like the cement in your garage and all of that stuff. Make sure you have it on something where that won't leach into it. Make sure you have a way to cook if you lose power, not because of the election, but because of winter coming. Make sure you have a way of a propane stove or something like that for camping. Those are good, or even grills with charcoal. Those are great as well. But making sure you have shelf sustainable food, things that are going to last you a good bit. If you're just starting out, try to start with 1 week at a time and build on that. When you go shopping, buy 1 or 2 extra of the same thing that you already are buying. People are intense. People are looking for any reason to harm. There are many reasons why civil unrest could take place because there's so much happening in the United States. It says that it's documented scores of other cases of contentious political issues, from election disputes to LGBTQ plus rights and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Let's not forget the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Incidents range from small fights over political signs to more violent brawls and property destruction at rallies. Most of this year's violence wasn't fatal, with the exception of 2 deaths. A spectator killed during July's attempt on Trump's life, and of course the shooter himself. And of course, you're going to have people that are going to say, well, it's the things that Trump is saying, it's extreme, it's causing people to do this stuff. At the end of the day, everyone needs to be accountable for their actions. Okay? Not one person can tell somebody to go do something that they didn't already want to do. Let's just make that clear, and that's my opinion. I'm going to stand by it. So make sure you are now starting to put the items in your home. Make sure that you are adding first aid kits to that in case you have a situation at your home and you cannot get out. Make sure you are, as I always say, creating that bug out bag, that to-go bag, if you don't want to call it a bug out bag, where you're having shelf stable food in there, like maybe some soup or something like that, some disposable silverware or whatever, medication, first aid kits, the little small ones, put those in their go bags and things like that, protein bars especially, because you don't know if you get that you need to leave your home situation. You'll have that bag already ready. So if you want to keep it in your car, keep it in your car. If you want to keep it in your closet that's by your door, keep it there, but keep it where you can grab it and go. I don't want to make this a long video because I have so many videos on this channel that's showing you about prepping and stocking up and all of those things. Feel free to check any of those videos out. I even have a bug out bag video as well. You can check that video out also. I just want you to be aware of what is happening. Even if you don't see it on the news or whatever, these things are happening, okay? And the potential for violence is already happening. So it's not really a potential, it's already happening. But the potential for it to get worse, now that remains to be seen. But the closer we get to November 5th, I personally don't want to be shopping in the store. Now, me being a content creator, I may be out and I may be taking video because I want to see what's happening. But even in that, we have to be safe about it, keep our head on a swivel. So leave ideas, leave tips in the comments, because people do read the comments. Things that I'm sure I'm not put into this video, but might be in some other videos. Someone else may need to see that. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I love you, but God truly loves you more.
We're together, we might as well say.